My name is Dan Saplicki. I go by the music name of Young Cap.
I got no choice but to do this shit. I gotta call me a new bitch. Every time my bitch is choosing, she be like, you the one losing, bitch. She might have lost a real one. It's always fuck how you feel, bitch. Someone call Jimmy Iovine. Tell him to give me a deal done.
I'm a performing artist, hip-hop artist. I write music, brand ambassador, and I have a few of my own clothing lines out. Tuft, FTFN, and Fresh. They're not all mine, I collab with them, but that's just another thing that I do. I chose music as my career path because it's something I love, something I enjoy. It's always been something I was good at, and I feel like I'm better at it than I am with most other things. So it's easier to do something you feel like you're good at than it is to do something that you gotta like force. Just like comes natural. My parents are divorced, so I'm from Euclid and Cleveland. I grew up in both areas, the 185th area in Cleveland and 250th area in Euclid. Spent a lot of time in Lake County growing up because I went to school out there, so I was able to build like a fan base out there.
Would you say the majority of your fan base is from Lake County or more towards the Cleveland area?
Well, it's actually funny, with SoundCloud Pro I could track where most of my views come from. My highest viewing retention comes from Cleveland, but it's Menor is a close second, so it's, you know, I went to school at Lake Catholic, so it weighs out. I hold it down in all areas. The aspect of music I enjoy the most would probably be, I'd have to say all of them, not one in particular, but I do love performing for the reason that like it's a certain energy, certain feel, you get to do more. It's like not a lot of people in life get to perform, so like as a performing artist that's fun. And then recording's cool too, because that's almost like a release and like an outlet of your voice. You're able to do that. And then listening to the product after it's done is always a good time too, because obviously like when you're making music you want to make it like to the way you want to hear it, and then it's an original product at that point. My music has changed over time with basically just by quality. I've been going to better studios than I originally started at. Music has changed over time based on the sound, the types of music I make. Like I always want to make different stuff. I always want to like make sure I'm not sounding the same every time. I try different voices, my voice matures over time, and I'm getting better with like the engineering process and this and that of how I want it to sound.
What's your favorite studio to record at?
Favorite studio to record at? Probably have to be Top of the World, just because it's a studio in Cleveland. That's where I put out like my best songs, I would say. So obviously like I like sticking to like what's done well for me. Probably, I mean, I have a lot. Like I take every little thing as like a small little inspiration. Like anytime I notice something on TV or in the world or on a daily basis, I use it to inspire me. But I guess one example would be like opening for like Waka Flocka, who's like an industry artist. That's inspired me because I realized at that point I could perform in front of a big crowd and I could make them respect me, do what I'm doing. They would like it, they would have fun, I had fun, my friends all had fun, everybody I sold tickets to that showed up took me seriously at that point, and it was like, alright, if you could do this once, you could do this whenever, you could do this all the time. If I could change anything about my music or my work, it would just be, which is something I'm always trying to do, is increase my work ethic, just do more, kind of like notice certain things and act on them. Like if I've done something once, I would like to be able to do it again, but better the next time. Just make sure it's going with the times. Like make sure people at that time really like it, because you don't want to make something and then like 2 years later make the same exact thing.
Right.
It's just people aren't gonna really feel that or catch on to that. Honestly, my best way to overcome negativity and critics are to use them to become motivation. So like if somebody says I can't do something, I'm never thinking in my head that I can't. It's more of like a, how can I do it, or what can I do to do that, or what can I do to prove them wrong. And it's like basically you just want to work harder and smarter and do things the right way in order to not look like a clown, in a sense, doing things that you were already told that you can't do. I might be in school, I might be in trouble. I would say ideally what I would want to do other than this would be maybe pursuing some sort of like sports management or politics or something along those lines, because I get into stuff like that. But like sports would be like my outlet of like a fun way, like to do something fun with my career, and then something I enjoy. And then politics would be like my like voice, because I like how within music I could use my voice to change things and to like influence people. So I figure politics would be kind of cool. I see myself, if things work out, having a substantial amount of money due to what I'm doing, and just being content with what I'm doing and having a great foundation. Like I feel like I already have a foundation, but in 2 years I see myself like known nationally. I see myself being able to perform out of state and just doing what I want every day, rather than doing what the limitations of Cleveland offer in the music scene. Thanks for having me. I appreciated your time. Appreciate you having me on here. I hope you guys got to know a little bit more about me. Alright, you can find me on YouTube, SoundCloud, Instagram, and Twitter at Captain216. And you can find me on Snapchat. Add me, you know what I'm saying, the Captain, THACAPTAIN. Go get it.